Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia. And in this video I'm going to be taking on the Abyss Stratum 3 Part 7 quest, which is... oh, we'll get into that in a hot minute. But before we do that, I figured I would take the opportunity to go through and show you the teams that I used for my completions of all the other strata and substrata. So, starting with part 4, I had Keiss and Leon. This is such a fun team. This is like actually broken because you're just swimming in bravery the whole time. So the Keiss launchers were absolutely delicious, and yeah, we were literally unbreakable. Because with all the battery from Kryle's EX and Leon's Dark Absorption, I think this was just complete overkill. For part 6, I had Zidane, Zack and Arciela, and as you see, my Zidane is like half built. He's like 0 out of 3. He's got like 4 summon boards, and that made this harder than it had to be because of these goddamn things. Now, during Fang's Lost Chapter, the Sahagins didn't cause me that many problems because I was using Sarah, and then I went back to it like after Ultimecia released and I just completely destroyed them because they didn't have that much health. But from a mechanics point of view, when you give us Chaos versions or Lufenia versions that actually have a lot of health, they're really obnoxious. So I needed Arciela to dispel them and to silence them because that Erdgeist's power is just really annoying. But I got through it in the end. On part 5, I had Eald'narche, Alphinaud and Pinello, and this was just a complete wash because Eald'narche is ridiculous and there was no problem there at all. And in part 3, I brought along Machina and Rem with Vayne and Ifrit, and yeah, I think these things, I killed them before they even got a single turn, because with Machina's turn rate combined with Rem's swap turns and Vayne's rebreaks, I just bullied them so hard. Like they didn't really get a chance to do anything. If we go to this substratum over here, yep. So here the requirements are blue, green, and white with a great sword. So this one I picked Cloud Fujin and Warrior of Light. So this was the launch team, and this has like the Noctis Knights that make their turns invisible. So Warrior of Light here was just made everything that much less stressful because not being able to know where their turns are is really annoying. I wanted to actually be able to use Cloud and Zack together on one team, but well, actually I couldn't do it here because of the crystal requirements. I tried it on the floor above, but Cloud and Zack together, it was just too weak. Like I couldn't play well enough to make it work, unfortunately. So I used Cloud here instead, and I used Zack on the floor above, so it all works out. For this one, I brought along Sephiroth, Arciela, and Alphinaud with Ifrit, of course, to help out Sephiroth, and he actually was doing really good damage. I don't have any spheres on my Seph, and I have 1 Mighty Fervent Blow and 2 One-Winged Angel boosts, but Seph was hitting 9Ks on his Fervent Blows, like with his additional ability up, which I was really surprised about and kind of happy, because I'm always happy to be able to use Seph and make him not look bad. I'm still a bit salty about the fact that his LD and BT are as bad as they are. I mean, his burst effect is amazing, but even that can't save the character himself from being shit. Sephiroth rework when? Justice for Sephiroth. He's fun to use. And then on this one, because it's got the bloody Alice enemies with the elements, I went to Vayne, Garnet, and Leo. So Garnet and Leo together with Vayne hitting on single targets, you're just gonna hit 9s everywhere because of the double imperils. And yep, so that was that, and then I'll go to this one over here. On this floor I had Alice, Eiko, and Leon, because we need a white staff user with red and black crystals. So Eiko was there to make Alice do ridiculous things, and these enemies on the first wave, this is why I brought Leon, these Cray Claws, because their tail drill really does a number on your max health. So I played it at first, I got broken with it, and the next turn I got one-shotted because they attacked me, you know. But Leon lets you absorb everything, so you only have to worry about whether they recover out of break, because it was like their initial bravery was so high that it was higher than my character's max health. So that was really obnoxious, but we got through it. This one was, yeah, this is like the triple enemy waves. So we've got this like anti-battery wolf over here who shuts down all of your brave gain. which is really annoying. But I brought Emperor because he is also a white staff, which I just think is awesome. And obviously Saz is there for the crit damage boost, and Zac just to take all the hits. So because there's so many enemies, and this went pretty smoothly. Like Emperor is such a bully when it comes to like 3 enemies. And this one, yeah, we have the dragons who like to buff themselves constantly. So I brought Arciela and Vanille because, you know, just even more dispels. Well, Vanille was there for the staff requirement. And Machina, yeah, just does Machina does what Machina does. And yeah, that wasn't too bad overall. Like, some of the stages were a little bit tricky, especially this one, but it felt very manageable. But this, on the other hand, now we're getting around to part 7, Stratum 3. This, without a doubt, is the most difficult content I have played in this game since Lena's EX Quest. If not even harder. It's actually ridiculous. Like, my score here, 990k, this was after 130 turns! I played it like, I was stuck on this stage for 2 hours! I couldn't beat the bastard thing. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop, but just look at the enemies. This is 4 waves. Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3, and Wave 4. Look how much cancer is in this stage. We've got Agrias as fucking floating bollocky mages. We've got like the Mariliths of Doom. We've got Kimari's whatever boss that just debuffs you everywhere. And then we've got the fucking Fang Sahagins. Like, someone on the Opera Omnia development team was clearly feeling extra sadistic over the fact that Global has been saving up so many gems and resources, and, you know, the fact that we plan everything out. They're like, right, how can we completely shit on these guys? I know, let's make the stage from hell. And they definitely went above and beyond with this one, let me tell you. Even without the restrictions, I think this would still be quite challenging, but with the restrictions in place, it is freaking obnoxious. So my big problem is that you have a dagger requirement and a blue crystal requirement. My best dagger is Keiss by a country mile. So if I filter on the daggers that I have, you know, I've got Rem, who would just probably not last long enough for this. I've got Lilith, who's outdated. I've got Penelo, who's probably could work. My edge is not built up at all. Ignis is outdated. Zidane is, like, not even fully built. So, you know, Keiss is definitely my best dagger, for sure. But in terms of black and blue daggers, there's only blue daggers. And Zidane and Faris, who is also, I don't have Faris' EX. Faris would have made this a lot less ridiculous if I had her stuff, but unfortunately I don't. So we have no way to dispel the many buffs the enemies will put on themselves constantly. So that definitely makes this a lot harder than it has to be. So I have to use Keiss to fulfill the dagger requirement. Alphinaud is quite good for a blue crystal. His auras are very strong, and he has like he has insane longevity, which you definitely need for this stage. You need a lot of longevity. I don't think I've ever used Keiss's bravery attack before. This stage definitely stretches out your uses to the absolute limit. And then in terms of black crystals, I brought along Eald'narche because the attacks these enemies have are very strong. I tried bringing along Leon, and it actually worked right up until the final stage, because the first 3 waves, namely these 3, all have non-elemental attacks. So Leon actually lets you absorb almost everything. He makes it so much easier. But the Sahagins all have elemental attacks. Erdgeist's power is earth. Water cannon is water. So Leon is kind of useless on this wave, and I thought it was going really well with Leon right up until here, and then I got destroyed. So maybe I could have pulled it off with Leon with a slightly different team, maybe if I brought along Penelo or something, but no, I couldn't do it. But I know my first approach was Eald'narche, because every time I see a black crystal character, I think Eald'narche is my strongest by a long way. Yeah, definitely more so than Squall, more so than I'd say, well, more so than Machina, because he doesn't have the longevity for this, because he only has 4 uses of his LD, and it won't be enough. Leon's good, but he can't quite ride out the last wave, and I couldn't make it work. So yeah, this is the team that I'm using. So the first time I kind of used all my skills too quickly because I'm too focused on turn efficiency, but I ended up burning out of skills. But if you play really conservatively, you can make this work with this team. I've also seen some teams that use Zac instead of Eald'narche, and that definitely, you know, that's definitely an option as well. And I'm actually just going to reorder my abilities so that I have my bravery attacks at the top, because this is one of those quests where you're actually going to need your bravery attacks. So I'm bringing along Leviathan, not so much for the bravery gen because we don't have a team that can really capitalize on it, but I'm bringing it along to debuff all the enemy's speed without affecting the EX recast rate on all the characters, because I could bring Shiva, but that's conditional on the amount of bravery that we have. We only get the speed if we brave dump every turn, and it screws with the recast rate. So I think Leviathan is a better shout. And basically we want as many turns as we can get before the enemies. Even if we throw warp on them, we would still want to respect the break order as much as possible, and basically slow them down. So it might be important to show you that my Keiss does actually have Fujin Sphere, which has a speed down aura, which also helps. And Eald'narche has a speed down on his skill 1, so stacking those together actually also helps with the turn rate issues. So in terms of immunities to debuffs, the Mariliths are immune to speed down, which is unfortunate, but I don't think any of the other enemies have any immunities, because they would be even more obnoxious if they did. And yeah, I don't have character boards on Alphinaud, but I was able to get it done. Like, I did consider spending some points on him, but I want to save them for future events. So, I've been talking for a long time now. For those of you who have watched this the whole way, then I commend you. And for those of you who haven't, yeah, we're about to start. So let's jump in and see if I can do it again. So, again, this is easily the hardest thing I've played in months and months. So I kind of figured, like, I knew I would have to make a video about it, because I kind of want to help people clear it. I mean, most of you have probably already done it, but I want to see if I can replicate what I did the first time round, and I want to see if I can get it sort of recorded. So yeah, we're just going to go in. We're going to go in with skills here on everyone, except maybe Keiss. Like on Keiss, I'm actually just going to use a bravery attack, and then obviously I'm going to energy drain. We need to use the free skills on Alphinaud whenever we can, because that'll help get his EX recast up, and basically we just need to use them whenever possible. So yeah, this self-cleansing is kind of obnoxious, but Eald'narche still does good damage at this point. So one of the things that makes this so difficult is not only the length of time it takes, but also the fact that all the enemies like to buff themselves, and we don't have any way of removing those buffs. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a hero support on Alphinaud. And unfortunately, that does mean that the break order is a little bit fucked. So maybe I'll try and focus on A over here. So let's see. Alphinaud's getting attacked. Keiss is getting attacked. Okay, that's fine. So let's do another Shining Obsidian. So what I actually want there more than the damage is the debuff from the Keiss launch. So this fitted enfeeblement over here. This is what I want, because it lowers speed. So I am not going to launch B. I am actually just going to do another bravery attack, so that we don't get broken. God, that hits so hard. It really, really hits hard. So thankfully we do get the launch here. I ain't taking any chances. I'm setting that bravery straight to 0. Do not pass go, do not collect £200. And let's Selkie throw to shave that down. Okay. Okay, we're in good shape. So that's just gonna be Globated Crush. And we can take that. So we're actually just gonna HP attack with Eald'narche here. I'm saving all the stuff I can on him. Yeah, let's just HP attack. So we'll definitely take a Keiss EX where we can get one. It also has a delay on it, which is quite nice. So, Alphinaud and Eald'narche are both getting targeted, but I can safely dump with Eald'narche because Alphinaud's going to use his EX. Oh god, we do so little damage. Wait, no, I'm a little bit of an idiot there, because like we don't get to dump, like that's the whole problem, but you know what? I'll Shining Obsidian with Alphinaud because Keiss can use a bravery attack, and Keiss's bravery attack is actually pretty good. You know, it gives us battery, which is nice. And of course, while we're under exoplates, we do have that HP and bravery damage reduction. We also have debuff immunity, so exoplates is actually useful for Eald'narche, like defensively. Okay, good. We didn't get broken. That's good. That's good. Let's drop out of Obsidian and let's summon Moonstone, because I don't want to get broken by this. Case in point, if we got broken by that, that would have been bad news. Well, at least everyone's got the Leviathan stuff going on now. I am gonna restore health, and I'm gonna hope that this is not this. Okay, we're still alive. We're still alive, but we are in a bit of a bad spot. So Eald'narche can actually eat that, and then they're gonna start their floaty shit again pretty soon. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So it's definitely EX. So a Vortex here should be pretty nice. Okay, good. So we broke it. That's definitely good. Okay, so I'm using Obsidian Carbuncle, I see that B is targeting Alphinaud. B is almost certainly going to break him because he's so low on health, because the stats will be too high. So I'm going to use Shining Obsidian here, so we get the free skill, so I can just go straight back into Summon Moonstone. Because without it, we would just, well, we would be in a very bad way, let's be honest. So... yeah, so there's no way to avoid that break. But here, I'm in a position where, well, this does 4 hits. This may not be enough if I use Uranus Cascade here. So I think I am going to go into phase shift mode here. I'm not going to use this. I'm just going to go straight into this. Okay, good. I knew that would be enough, because we got the poison as well. So now we have to be very, very careful with skills on Eald'narche, because we don't have many of them. Okay. So we're not doing too badly here. So B won't be able to move. Just try and kill them in the right order here, because if we don't, then this could potentially be disastrous. Okay, fine. This is fine. Let's go into the EX and then into HP plus, and then we can use a Keiss launch if necessary. But I'm actually just going to EX, because that does have the delay built in, so that's nice. And here we can use the free turn on an energy drain, which we're running pretty low off. We've only got 4 of them left already. Okay, so that's the first wave done. Oh god, now it's onto these things. Oh man, this quest is so obnoxious. Okay, so we can actually use Vortex on them. which I'm not going to do. I'm going to save this, because we want to save it until until the recast bars are full, and then we pop it. Until then, it's just HP attacks. We don't even use skill 1, because this is the one wave where the enemies are immune to speed down. So here I'm going to use Shining Obsidian again, because that way we'll get the free turn to resummon the Carbuncle. I mean the free skill, sorry. Meanwhile, Keiss is just going to concentrate on not getting broken. Okay, so this is fine. So Keiss has a turn here, we can use Bravery attack. I'm actually going to use Selkie Throw here. That's good. So they actually get turn rate off this, which is really something... Or they can get turn rate off it. What do I do? What to do here? I think one of these is fine. I think that's fine. I still don't want to get broken by this thing, because that's going to speed up the recast bar. We want to milk as many turns as we can get, so that's why I'm playing really defensively with Keiss. Let's just try and keep their HP roughly even. B's about to recover from break, which is crap, but we should have our EX up here, so we do. So that's nice. I probably should use one Keiss launch here to get that fitted enfeeblement debuff on them. But I'll do that like a bit later. Let's push off some more of the buffs. Well, one of them. Yeah, you know what? I want to get that debuff on them. So let's hero support on Alphinaud. Okay. Respect the break order. So we can do this again. Okay, good. So here, I can use this, but their recast bars are almost full. So here is where I am going to pop my 65, and I'm going to do Vortex, and then I'm going to do a Mega Javelin. And we're going to try and keep these enemies locked down for the rest of, well, the rest of the wave. Okay, let's go. So we can also take this opportunity to heal it with Alphinaud as well. So Keiss can't join in this launch, sadly. But he should be able to join in this one. Oh no! I don't have warp up. I forgot about that. I don't want to burn too many hero supports either. Okay, well, too bad. Looks like A does not get fitted Enfeeblement. I really could have done to get that warp debuff on there, like sooner rather than later. So that's probably gonna hurt me, to be honest. But as long as we play it smart with the turn spacing, then we should be fine. See, the problem with these things is that if you take back-to-back recast abilities from them, you're actually dead. Like, there's no way around it. You're dead. You can't survive it. You need Leon or something else to survive that. Like that level of abuse. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna force a Summon Moonstone because we need to break these enemies here. This is really super obnoxious. So let's do this. We can't let them take this many turns back to back. It's not happening. So there we go. Okay, that's good. Need to get Keiss's EX up as well for some nice EXs. Okay, so our EX bar is 3/4 of the way up. We have one turn of terror left. So I am going to use a skill 1 here just to be safe. Even though they don't get the speed down, we want to get Eald'narche's EX back up just in case we need it. Very nice. I'll take a Keiss EX for that delay. Okay, and I think that ding, I think that was Eald'narche. So at least we know that we can use Eald'narche's EX if we need it. Okay, so I hope this thing doesn't have an auto cleanse. It doesn't. Excellent. So I don't think we will need the Vortex here, which is good. How many hero supports do I have? I have 3 left. Do I really want to burn one here? Not really. Oh god. I'm not risking it. Energy drain. There we go. Okay, I had to reset the wave here because I kind of misplayed it with this thing, and it just didn't go very well. Let's just put it at that. Okay, so what I want to do here is to start off by using hero support on Eald'narche because we want to get that fitted enfeeblement debuff on the thing in order to get the speed down on it. And another thing I'm going to do to start off with is I'm going to use skill 1, Stellar Burst, just so... Actually, you know what? No. No, because we will have another Vortex up by the time it decides to use this again. So I'm actually just going to start off by using this. We should be fine to do that. So let's EX to delay it as long as possible. So we can afford to eat one of these attacks before it buffs itself, but we definitely do not want to be eating one after it gives itself like an attack buff. So I'm using Vortex with Eald'narche just so that I can use his other skills and not waste any EX recast, if that makes any sense. I wanted to use launching with Keiss so we get this fitted enfeeblement debuff on there, which does reduce speed. And with Eald'narche, I am going to whack it with an Amiga Javelin, so we get warp on there, and then I'm going to use skill 1 for the speed down. And basically we just get as much turn advantage as we possibly can. And now we can just go back to HP attacks. So we're probably going to take one of these, but you see how the turn rate is now much more in our favour. That is really what we wanted. So we're actually completely fine for one more turn. Let's milk all the free skills that we can. Here you can really see how much how helpful the free skills are. I mean, how helpful the speed debuffs are in terms of getting extra turn rate. Okay, good. So we can use Alphinaud to battery everyone when he gets his next turn. So we can just attack with everyone else. And you see, we are going to get Vortex up pretty soon. So we should, keyword should, be able to eat an attack from this thing. But definitely not one after this. Let's just not get broken, because that is a good way to die. I could Vortex again, but I'm going to save that. So we will get stuck with debuffs here, unfortunately. And they do suck, but they will run out, so we'll be fine. Oh, as if we got the launch then. Man, one more turn and Keiss could have joined in. That sucks. Yeah, so this Dragoness combo, this gives it attack buffs. So this is where we want to be very careful. Okay, I need to use a skill one with Keiss next turn, his buff's about to run out. Don't mind the sound outside. We definitely do not want to get broken with this. And we got speed down debuff, which thankfully only lasts for 3 turns. So let's skill one with Keiss so we don't run out of buffs. And I'm going to energy drain so I can open up the next wave with my EX. Okay, there we go. That's wave 3. Now on to the final one. It's these bloody Sahagins. And they are just as annoying as all sin. So, yeah. The first thing I'm going to do here is I am definitely going to get up my Vortex on them. I'm not going to use this yet. But I kind of want to stall them out for as long as possible. There we go. It's EX. Could have used hero support there with Keiss, but you know, hindsight is a wonderful thing. Okay, so I'm gonna get up a Mega Javelin now because A is gonna buff. A is definitely going to buff all, so even though B won't attack, it's going to possibly wipe out some of the generic debuffs. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hero support onto Alphinaud so that we can set up a chase and we can get that fitted enfeeblement on there. And then after A takes a turn, I'm also going to... Okay, so yeah, A took a turn, and as expected, it's got all these awful buffs up, but I'm going to do this instead. Now I can pop this and get the speed debuffs. And we should be able to shine the obsidian again. At least slow A down a little bit. I'm going to do this just so I can get the launch on B, because this will break A and let Keiss join in, so we get that debuff on there. There we go. go. So we nearly have another vortex up, which is actually perfect because we should be able to lock it out from the next turn that we get. We should be able to shut these things down permanently. Okay, good. So now it's time. Let's get the vortex up. And we've still got summon. We're still completely fine with pretty much everything. So yeah, from here on out, it should, keyword should, be pretty smooth sailing. Because by the time the warp and the terror runs out, we can use one of Eald'narche's free turns to go into summon. So they should be pretty much helpless. So yeah, I think we've done it. We've done it, lads. Might be a bit premature to say that, but I think we've done it. So that's my only remaining Selkie throw. I'm definitely going to keep that in my back pocket because I need it for his framed buff. Okay, I forgot to get a warp, so that's a bit shit. Let's fix that. The beauty of Eald'narche. What can I say? I'm so glad I pulled for this guy. Like, I don't know how I would have done this without him. Like, he just makes it so much easier. And I think that Fujin Sphere on Keiss definitely deserves some shout-outs as well because of the, you know, the speed down. I mean, look at this. This is just so much easier to handle. The turn rate is really stacked in our favour here. Yeah, fuck it, I'll do energy drain. You know what? I think we could close it out from this point using some launch abuse. So I think I'm just going to go straight into summon. On Eald'narche's next turn. We're not even going to do the trick where we go into summon on Eald'narche's free turn. We're just basically going to go straight into summon right now. And we should have this because I've got so many skill 2s saved with Keiss that we should just be able to destroy these things. Yeah, this is just definitely GG at this point. So let's do a hero support on Eald'narche again. Oh yeah, these things are finished. All this holding back, all this playing conservatively, now I can finally let loose. Okay, that's it! We're done! They're dead! 126 turns, Jesus H. Christ, that is bonkers. Oh my god. So that is the hell. That is Abyss Part 3 Stratum, Abyss Stratum 3 Part 7. Quite possibly the most difficult quest this game has seen to date. Although I did beat it before, so I've got an idea of how you can, you know, how to do it. So unlike most quests, you definitely need to focus on longevity here. But again, I'm going to say Eald'narche and Keiss are the MVP. Well, actually, no, they're all the MVPs because Alphinaud lasts freaking forever. Keiss's debuffs and launches are amazing, and then Eald'narche is just... I don't know how I would have beat it without him, because some of these all attacks, they really do a lot of damage. We never saw them, but that's the point. Anyway, that's going to be my clear of Abyss. I hope maybe some of you out there found it helpful. And I will see you all in the next video, which is going to be Noctis, and it's going to be the Odin challenge. Actually, no, I tell a lie, it's going to be me pulling for Noctis, because I'm going to go balls to the wall. I think I'm just going to follow the hype and pull on the first banner. So, see you guys then. Until then, take care and goodbye.